Hello, friends. Jam Philosopher here. I want to basically give you an update about what's going on with the channel, with me. Just to, you know, we're going to sit down and have a talk about this. A lot of good things are going on, and I just want to fill you in on what's new with me, what's new with the channel, and some plans that are coming down the pipe. So, the very first thing is, as you may or may not know, I have been basically releasing videos every day for the past, it's been something like 28, 29 days, something like that. And this has been part of basically me just trying to get back into the swing of things. This channel was on like basically skeleton crew mode for a while I was going through some things in my life. And this was my way of getting back into the rhythm, getting back into that, mental place of just like thinking about the project, creating content, and getting my feet deeply, deeply back into GM philosophy. And a lot of great things have come to light. A lot of great things have happened. I have been making plans for the long term. I'm happy to report that my life is really getting back on track, right? A lot of the kind of personal things that were going on, or I think mostly behind me. And what I have ahead of me is a wide open future of possibility. And GM philosophy has never been more on my mind than it is now. I have a lot more mental focus to apply to it. And so I'm very excited about that. And I want to describe kind of some things that are going on. Now, I have made the decision, and I kind of made this decision a little bit while back, like it's been about 2 weeks, 3.5-ish weeks back, I think. I made the decision to basically experiment with a foray into running paid games. Okay. And I started using Start Playing Games. You can find a link to my profile down in the description. That, as it turns out, has been going really well, like way better than I actually expected it to. Not only with, basically having my games fill up with players, but also just the quality of the games, getting me back into the game. And with my busy life, that has become such a cool element. The only thing is that right now the scheduling for it is a little bit strange because my day-to-day job work schedule has to, like, I have to leave the time between 8 a.m. to midnight my time to be available for work. And this means that if I want to schedule consistent games that I'm going to show up to every single week, it has to be at a different time. This is why I've been scheduling my games at 1 a.m., basically from 1 a.m. for like 3 or 4 hours on. So like it'd be like 1 to 4, 1 to 5 CST. So that's kind of an odd time, but my first game, The Darkest Dawn, which is basically a brand new D&D 5e game that I've launched in my home world of Regenesis, that game has been going really well. We have played 2 sessions, and the third session is literally coming up. Like, it would be, well, tomorrow morning at 1 a.m., but for me, it's more like later tonight after I get off work. I'll have about an hour and a half, 2 hours to like walk the dog, grab some dinner, and then boom, jump into the game. And I could not be more excited for it. It's going so well. And at this point, it has completely filled. We've got 6 players. And I just had session 0 with our final 2 players who came in. Like, we played last week with 4 players, went so well. We have now 6 players, and I've been creating some content kind of about just getting back into like creating NPCs and storylines and arcs and stuff like that. I've been getting back into making maps and things. So it's just so much fun. I'm having such a good time, and the players are so awesome. And I will be honest, it started out a little rough for me. I was a little rusty. I haven't run a game since the Barren Lands, but this game took me about 1-2 sessions. By the end of session 2, I was like back in it to win it, and I'm so excited about tonight. I think it's going to be the best session yet. So I'm really excited about that. Now, that game is full, so I don't have it available anymore, but I did launch a second version of that game. So The Darkest Dawn, if you are interested in playing that with me, I basically have started another game for that, which is going to be weekly. And this is going to be on Thursdays at 1 a.m. CST. So I know that that's kind of a weird time. Here's the thing. With my current work schedule, that's just what it's going to have to be. Now, with that being said, I am seeing that possibly around Christmas time or coming into the beginning of next year, I might be able to schedule some games at more normal times. So right now, this is just how it is. But, I will probably be scheduling additional games at more normal times as we transition, as I make kind of like work and life transitions. Right now, my hours are so like specifically restricted because of my like job. But anyway, that's what's going on with that. That's what's going on. And it's going so good. I'm so pumped about it. So if you want to join that, Link is in the description to my profile, and you can take a look at the game listings and you can join if you'd like. Now, with that being said, okay, I've done another thing. I have done a thing, and I am so beyond excited about this. I have also launched a superhero game, like a modern superhero game on Start Playing Games. I have not played superheroes since I played classic Marvel way back in the day. And at the same time, I'm launching my system, my actual homebrewed gaming system that I used to run Star Wars on, and I used to run superheroes on, and I used to run like samurai adventures on. I'm actually launching that system along with this. It's called the EQ system. I've named it. It is going to be available to everyone after I've done a tiny bit of tweaking. I have some graphics I need to lay out. I need to work on character sheet just a little bit, but I've got it basically formulated for this game and ready to roll for this game. This is not new to me. I literally ran the system for years. It's just I never wrote it down. So I have been working on that a little bit, and I'm going to be using that to run my superhero games. That game is going to be on Tuesdays at 1 a.m., right? So Tuesdays at 1 a.m., 1 to 3, or I'm sorry, it'd be like 1 to 4, 1 to 5 a.m. ish is when that game is going to be running. So if you want to jump back in with me into modern day superheroes, and I kind of describe this as like Marvel meets The Boys, right? So it's like modern day. And the premise of the game is called Paragon. That's what I'm calling like the actual game. And the premise of the game is that there is a comet heading for Earth 10 years in the future. So it's going to take place in 2035. 10 years in the future, there's a comet heading for Earth, and everyone's afraid that this is going to be it. This is the apocalyptic comet. However, the player characters begin play as like normal humans living normal lives on Earth, but then something happens. They experience an event and they receive these powers and they become paragons. They become like the very first of their kind, like superhumans on Earth. And then they kind of have to learn how to use their abilities. And at the same time, they get thrust into this underground network of like conspiracies, like government conspiracies and lies, sort of like the Matrix meets conspiracy theory. Like, so there's like a lot of like social things. There's going to be a lot of questions about whether player characters are going to step into the spotlight or try to keep their identities a secret and these types of things. So it's going to be very much just like a sandboxy modern day thing. So there's the mystery of the comet. There's like a countdown. They were given abilities by this. It's like, I'm not going to say too much, but they're given abilities to stop the comet. But there's all kinds of other things that come to light as well. So it's like so much. They're also going to have to like, create backstories, and then they're gonna have real lives in the game. So they might have families, maybe have jobs, whatever. How's that all going to play out when this starts happening? We're going to see. Are they going to choose to be very, very good, or are they going to use their powers for perhaps maybe not so good purposes? We're going to see. This is all going to come to light, and it's going to be so much fun to run this. So I have one game of that available on my site as well, on Start Playing Games on my profile. Right now, 6 seats are all that is available. So if you want to jump in on that, you should jump in fast, because I expect it to fill up pretty quickly. It's going to be awesome, and I'm so pumped about that. Okay, another thing is coming down the pipe, and so content. Okay, I have been making videos basically every day, but I'm going to be honest with you. My time is beginning to, like, I'm starting to make a plan for how I want to use my time more moving forward. And I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to keep making shorts and stuff like that too. But I'm probably not going to be making videos every single day as we continue onward. I am going to switch to creating videos fewer times per week. And I'm going to be putting more energy into running my games. And I'm going to be putting more energy into future plans for GM Philosophy, which is going to include, and I'm not going to say a whole lot about this because it's still in the planning development stage, but I'm going to be basically launching a plan for an online game master / TTRPG conference. And this is something I don't want to say too much about right now because it's still in the very introductory stages, but I've been doing a lot of thinking about what the future is for GM Philosophy. And our mission is empowering game masters to run better games. But I'm just going to say this. I have a very strong passion for the human aspect, the human co-creating aspect of TTRPGs, sitting around the table, very much like sitting around the campfire, telling stories, weaving myths, and creating shared stories, shared narratives together that actually mean something to us. And I believe that as our world progresses, There are going to be challenges to this. There are also going to be new developments. And I want to start a conference aimed at developing, preserving, basically contributing to the hobby, trying to make it better as we evolve, but also to keep it a human activity where humans create together using the human mind as the basic machine to run it. I think this is very important. So that is, I'm not going to say any more about that. News about that is going to be coming down the pipe. But hey, drop me a comment if that sounds interesting to you. I would love to hear what you think about that. It would be a thing where there would be like basically an online event, probably half a day at first, but then it'd become a whole day event twice per year. I'm thinking there would be like lectures, there might be workshops, there might be guest lecturers from other YouTube channels, basically all, based around a theme, and we would choose a theme for each conference. So let me know what you think about that. It would probably be like a gated live stream event where people who like purchased access would also get access to all the recordings of it, indefinitely. They would get that. So if they can't attend live for the whole thing, they could like watch back the recordings and stuff. So that is another thing that I'm working on for the future of the channel. So there's a lot going on with the channel. I'm very excited about it. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's something you'd love to see. There are also plans to run some games, like for me to play in some games. Like, so I've been thinking about how I want to develop content for the channel. There's been a lot of talk, and I think we're going to do this, about like basically me playing in one shots and then recording them and then using that video to break down GM tips in real time. Like, I talk a lot about tactics and insights and philosophies for running games, but then I want to provide real-time commentary for games, like what could have been better. So if I'm a player in the game, this can give me a firsthand look at like, oh, what went well, what I would have done differently, etc. I think that this could be a really fun thing, and that's something that's going to be coming down the pipe too. I really believe we're going to be launching that in the next couple of weeks, maybe month-ish down the road. Barring scheduling difficulties. One of the issues with this is that my scheduling is so strange because of my job. So it makes events like that a little bit difficult, but we're working on it. We're getting there. And I believe it's going to change too. In the coming months, I think my schedule is going to lean more toward being better for some of these type of things. And I'm counting on that. And I really think that that's going to happen as the channel grows and matures and as I can kind of put more of my energy into it. So there we go. That's what's been going on with the channel. That's what's been going on with me. I'm very excited. And yeah, so drop a comment, hit that thumbs up button, make sure to join our Discord. Links in the description. You know the drill. You know all this stuff. Hey, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for coming back for this update. Empowering Game Masters run better games is our goal here. And I'll see you awesome people on the next one.